Alright. It's been a while since I recorded this series. It's What If Deku Had Hellflame, Part 3. It's been a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just rewatching the episode. I didn't even think about what to do this episode. I should have probably thought a bit more. But it is what it is. So basically, last time we left off, if you haven't watched it, you should probably go watch it. I have a playlist. What's it called? Last time we left off, Deku, he was in the hospital because he was fighting the Nomu and stuff like that, and he overexerted himself. He convinced Katsuki to lay in the same bed because, he's just that amazing. But if you don't know, Katsuki is a girl in this series. That's why I'm saying, hey, just rewatch the playlist if you don't remember shit. There's a playlist for a reason. But what else was I gonna say? So basically, Deku, he wakes up after a while. He feels way more rejuvenated. He's like, he yawns. He looks around. He realizes, Katsuki's still on his arm. He head pats her because he thinks she's adorable. She wakes up a little bit. Deku's like, hey, what's up? She wakes up. She's like, what time is it? And then Deku, he checks his phone. He's like 9:30. She's like, why do you wake up so early? Deku's like, because I train. Because, they basically think it's a weekend. And they do have the week off, I forgot, because I was going to make them have to be late for school. But, never mind. But, Deku's like, alright, well, you want to go now? You want to sleep a little longer? And she's like, And Deku's like, you can just sleep a little longer. He starts getting up, Basically, since she's still half asleep, she doesn't really know what she's doing. So she just grabs him, pulls him back, and she's like, no, sleep. Deku's like, but I want to go walk around a bit because I've been bedridden for... And then she gets him off. She's like, no, sleep now. So, Deku does as told. He goes to sleep. After that, probably a few hours, it's now 12. These maniacs. It's now 12. Deku's like... Then Katsuki wakes up. She realizes, she's hugging Deku. Deku's slump again. And, she blasts him because now he's okay. She's like, what the hell are you doing? Why did you make me hug you? Even though Deku didn't make her do shit. Deku's like, you grabbed me. And, she remembers a little bit of what she did. She's like, you got me when I was vulnerable. And then when she gets up, she's like, let's go. And Deku's like, I just got comfortable. Alright, fine. He gets up. They head out. Deku's like, I need to go check on my family because they're probably worried on me. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go see my mom because, I didn't call her for a little while and I have a few missed calls. So, they go their separate ways. And then I'm going to time skip after, Todoroki tells, Todoroki tells Deku about how they have, sports festival, so train up. And then Deku tells Katsuki, and they were like, you want to train together? And then, so they train together for the week. So does Shoto train with them. He also trains with Momo, because he offered the training. He was like, hey, do you want to train? Maybe, because Todoroki, low-key trying to talk to her. But, what's it called? Endeavor was like, would you like my training, to both of them? And they're like, nah. Even though Deku kind of low-key would really enjoy having the training of his father, not because he enjoys the time with his father, but because his father knows way more about his own quirk than him. So, Deku's like, yeah, whatever. And, they head out. And now we're going to time skip till when they get back. So Deku, he's back in school. Aizawa's like, hello, not even Aizawa yet. Everybody's sitting there like, when the hell, like, who the hell is gonna be our teacher, since Aizawa, was like super hurt. So, this practically dead man known as me or Aizawa walks in there, and he's like, and then everybody's like, what the fuck? They're like, Aizawa, you shouldn't be doing this, you're still hurt, and so like that. Aizawa moves, gets a little opening to talk, and he has a little opening for his eyes. So he's like, I still need to be your teacher, even if I'm hurt. That's just how it goes. Honestly, I give props to Aizawa, because, like, how the fuck are you that hurt? And you like, you know what? I feel like teaching today. No, man, I would've took my vacation time if I was that hurt. They can't even like take vacation time because I'm just in critical condition because I try to protect these fuckers. So I give props to Aizawa, because if my teacher got shot and he was going through surgery and the next day right after surgery he came back, that's cap. My teacher would never do that bullshit. He wouldn't go through hell just to come back to hell the next day. So, I just had to have that short little tangent about how amazing I am. But, after that, Aizawa tells them about the sports festival. He's like, yeah, you guys got the sports festival. Uraraka still does her thing where she's like, are you guys ready? I don't even remember why she did that. I just know that she was like super pumped for no reason. She's like, are you ready? And then everybody's like, yeah. And then she gets to like Deku, Todoroki, and Momo, and Bakugo, or Katsuki. And then she's like, are you ready? And then, Deku's like, yeah. Todoroki doesn't say anything. Momo is like, of course, yada yada. But, Katsuki comes with that same energy, like, hell yeah, because she isn't like mean to everybody, because she's honestly not that mean to everybody. She's only really mean to Deku, but that's because she's a tsundere. But after that, it's the end of the day. Deku's like, all right, well, I'm gonna dip out, peace. And, he goes to walk out. There's a crowd outside the door. Shinso says the same shit as usual, how if you guys don't bring your A game, we'll take your spot. Deku's like, yeah, go tell that to them. You can't beat me. And then, he walks off. Shinso pissed. Katsuki, she just walked past him, didn't even say a word, because that's a waste of her time. Todoroki slid out that bitch, like, he just slid out. he made ice, and then he just, like, fucking Michael Jackson moonwalked out of there. Right past Shinso, and Shinso's like, these people, Momo's like, I'm sorry about that, she walks off. Shinso's like, class 1A thinks they're better than us, he's spazzing out a little bit, but it is what it is. After that, Shinso, what was I gonna say? Well, what does Shinso do? Shinso does nothing, because we're gonna time skip to the beginning of the sports festival. Yeah, sports festival. So what Shinso does is, why am I still on Shinso? It's because I'm typing right now. I'm low-key looking up the sports festival, just to see if I want to use any images while I'm talking. So yeah, I'm kind of, I'm just like that, I guess. Yeah, when you try to find Deku Todoroki, but you get instead a lot of fan service. So now it's the beginning of the sports festival. Midnight walks up. She's like, are you all ready for the sports festival? Everybody's pumped up. Everybody's excited. Deku's in, the Deku squad. This one, at least, is just chilling. And then after that, freaking Midnight's like, all right, your first challenge. She rolls the little Wheel of Fortune shit. She's like, it's going to be a foot race. Everybody, the crowd goes wild, like, even though it's just a fucking foot race. Deku, he trained and he learned something, and I said last episode, or last part, or last whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm just gonna say episode because I'm used to that shit. I said last episode that Deku didn't like flying because he couldn't touch the ground solidly. You should probably watch the video so you know where I said that. But you know, I'm going to be using that because I have my reasons for saying that, and I'm going to prove why. So this time, you know, everybody's getting ready, and then like 3, 2, 1, go. You know, everybody's running. Deku's like, time to try this new thing out, right? So if any of you has seen Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, there's this one character who has this like lava alien, right? It's like a lava. It's not Ben. It's another guy. And I remember Ben at the beginning, he couldn't fly normally. So what he would do is he would have this like little rock, and he would like put it under his feet, right? So basically that's how Deku flies. He has like this rock, and it's like basically shooting out with flames. And if you're wondering how the hell is he controlling the rock with flames, because he covers it with flames and he has flame control, because I'm pretty sure hellflame controls most flames. And if not, Deku is just better than Endeavor's because evolution. So basically, Deku is like flying on a surfboard of rock, basically. I'll put an image down if I remember. If I don't, then sorry. But yeah, Deku is just flying past everybody. Like, the ravines, he flies past that. I almost forgot the robots. He just flies under or over them or around them. He has no reason to just waste his time and energy and, like, you know, cooling to fight them. So he just goes past them. After that, Deku, you know, he lands like legit like at the mines because he's actually bored of how easy this is. So he starts going through the mines normally. And we'll say that Katsuki caught up at this point, and now they're just like neck and neck. Deku, you know, he's shooting blasts at her. Katsuki shooting explosions at him, and then Deku's like, So he just gets like a big fireball and just shoots it, right? And Katsuki gets ready to dodge. But like right as she dodges, it moves down. Like right in front of her, it moves down, hits a mine, and explodes her back. And then she just gets sent back. Deku, you know, he goes and runs in. Todoroki was still behind because he doesn't have one for all to give him that speed boost. But you know, he came in third, Katsuki, second, and then Deku first. Basically, big three material as usual. Now what should I do? What should the teams be? Should I be too lazy to change the teams, or should the teams be changed? I mean, first off, having Tokiyami would be more of a hindrance to Deku, since his flames would turn down Tokiyami's power. Mei's tech would probably melt, and Uraraka, he doesn't even need to float because he could just do the rock shit that I just talked about. So like, Deku walks up to Midnight, right? And Midnight's like, can I help you? Deku's like, yeah, fuck a team. Like, I'm my own team, so let me work by myself. Midnight's like, what? You know, Deku's like, I got this on my own. I appreciate the fact that you said I could have a team, but like, I don't need a team. And, you know, Deku's like, and you know, basically, Katsuki feels disrespected because Deku doesn't need a team. Like, they can't join the same teams because they're first, second, and third. Pretty sure that's not allowed. But what's it called? But she feels disrespected because Deku says he don't need no team to fight against her. So she's like, alright, bet I'm gonna take that 1 million points. Like that 1 million points is mine. Todoroki, he's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know, he doesn't really care because he thinks that Deku's just gonna be cocky and lose the 100 points. You know, him and Deku are cool, but he's like, that's too cocky even for you. So basically, like, Midnight's like, I don't think that's a lot. And then, you know, right as that happens, she gets a call. She's like, hello. And then Nezu's like, just let the kid do it. And she's like, alright, I guess. And she's like, alright, you can be alone, I guess. You do you, don't regret it, don't change your mind. Because you're about to have like 5 quirks v1, so Deku's like, yeah, I'm pretty confident in my ability, you know? Because he gotta have that, as much as Deku hates Endeavor, he gotta have that pride. Like, he has to have that pride. He has to have that Todoroki for pride. Plus, like, he got the hair, he got the quirk, he has to have a flaming personality. The difference between Deku and Endeavor, though, is Deku's personality is flaming garbage, while Deku's personality is just flame. So now, Deku, he does the rock shit again, you know. He has it ready for, like, the moment they say go. Basically, like, it's still on the ground, but, like, the moment they say go, he's just gonna fly straight up and just chill. So, you know, right as they say go, Deku just completely flies up immediately. Everybody's like, that's not fair. You know, flying is not fair. You know, we'll say that, instead of Denki, or no, actually, nah. Instead of someone in the Bakugo group, they had Uraraka. And then, you know, Katsuki was like, touch me. You know, Uraraka touched it. And, you know, they, like, Katsuki started floating up. And so she jumped at the rock, right? And then, Deku, he sees that Katsuki's trying to get him. He's like, I knew she'd do this shit. And, you know, basically, now she's, like, flying straight towards him, right? Deku, like, looking at her, right? He just looking at her on her way up. And he's like, how do you plan on stopping? And she's like, I won't stop, I'll just hit you. You know, Deku's like, alright. You know, she's flying, like, straight at him. She's shooting, like, explosions. She's going 1 consecutive speed. Deku just moves slightly to the side. You know, Katsuki, she normally knows, like, how fast she's going because she'll have, like, the friction going against her and also gravity going against her, so she knows when to stop usually. But the thing is, because she's weightless, she doesn't know really when to stop. So basically, like, as she's, like, trying to shoot at Deku, she flies straight past him because he moved to the side. Deku just watching her. You know, he's like, I should probably follow her. So he follows her. And then Uraraka, she's like, she might be going to space. Like, low-key, like, I might have to release her before she hit the space. But they're like, if you release her, she dies from the fall. So now, like, it's like, oh, fuck, she might die. Which she's not about to die because Deku is there to be a hero. Basically, Katsuki, she's like, oh my fucking god, because she is going fast. Like, Deku is having a hard time catching up. Like, he's like, damn, she's going too fast. And Deku's like, Katsuki. And, you know, she looks back, she's like, what is it? And, you know, he's like, shoot an explosion the opposite direction. She's like, I'm going too fast to do that. I could fucking break my fucking organs, like, and shit like that. Because, you know, if you come to a complete stop after going, like, a large amount of speed, that force will hit you. And, you know, at the speed that Katsuki's going, it's not safe. So Deku's like, alright, slightly turn your trajectory. Like, do some shit, you know. She's like, alright, you know, she starts turning, so now she's just flying in one straight direction. You know, Deku's like, alright, this is gonna be dumb. So, you know, Deku flies at his top speeds to catch up to her. He grabs her, and, you know, he starts, like, he's like, don't do any explosions, like, at all. And, you know, she's like, but, like, what do I do then? Because, like, nothing's stopping me right now. Deku's like, alright, and, you know, he slowly starts, like, slowing her down, right? You know, she's like, what if I grabbed your points right now? He's like, I'd drop you. You know, she's like, you wouldn't. And Deku's like, wanna bet? Because at this point, like, Uraraka, she's like, okay, like, she's going too far and I'm getting sick because, you know, Katsuki she isn't heavy, but, like, I'm gonna guess that depending on how far something is, eventually Uraraka will just, like, also get sick from depending on how heavy that is. So she's like, yeah, she too far and I might throw up. And they're like, hold it in, girl. You know, that's what Mina said. And Kirishima's just like, not on my shoes. Fuck. Alright. But, basically, now, like, Deku is slowly, and then he's finally, like, stopped, like, Katsuki, and he's like, alright, let's take you back to the, like, stadium, because at this point, they're practically a dig of a beach, because she was just going that fucking fast. So, he takes her back, he's like, alright, so, what now? Like, cause, like, they're above the arena, and Deku's like, alright, so, I'm gonna just let you go down there, cause I'm not trying to get attacked right now. She, Katsuki is Katsuki, so she goes for the points. Deku's like, he grabs her arm. She did use one for all, so she's slowly overpowering him. So Deku just flips the rock upside down and holds on to the ground. Like he just like buries his feet into the ground, right? And then he just spins the rock. And then after that, Katsuki's falling. Deku's like, alright. She got that tape guy to help her. Zero catches Katsuki and she's like, what the fuck happened to you? And she's like, I'm gonna kill him. So Deku has that to look forward to. Todoroki did shoot an ice glacier, but Deku just flew higher. Like, there's nothing Todoroki can really do. So after that, Deku is just like, alright, I'm gonna chill here. So he just goes on the phone. And then after that, time runs out. They all get points. Same people get in because, I'm too lazy. And now we're doing the 1v1s. I got stuff in my neck. So basically, Deku, he's just like chilling, right? He's just like, he waiting. Katsuki is like, you really just threw me off like that, yada yada yada. She's like, you went for the points though, So now she's yelling at him a bit. Deku's like, I mean, I wouldn't have dropped you if you didn't go for the points. Not gonna lie. She's like, what if I was just planning on chilling there? He was like, that could have been considered teaming, and plus, you wouldn't have had enough points to get in. She mad, but she does realize he has a point. So she's like, and then, she walks off. Deku's like, she do too much. So basically, after that, Deku is up against Shinso. Shinso is like, so class 1A scum, yada yada yada. Deku's like, Deku just like, it's like, I'm so tired of this fucking guy. Like, that's what he's thinking in his head. And then, Shinso's like, so what, you think you're better than me because, you're this, and that? Deku isn't responding. He's just like, why is this guy talking so much? And, Katsuki's in the sidelines, like, yelling, like, stop fucking talking and start fighting, Because she has that kind of energy. Basically, Deku's like, she do got a point like this. She's like, she do got a point. He's like, and Shinso like, this bitch don't shut the fuck up. That's what he said. And Deku pissed. He's like, who the fuck you think you talking to? Now he walking towards Shinso. He's like, I don't know who the fuck you think you is, but you don't talk to her like that. Shinso's like, or what? He's like, or else I'm gonna beat yo. And then, he is putting the mind control. Then he's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, Shinso smirking. He's like, yeah, that's a mind control ability that I have. Basically, I mind control you. So, walk off the ring. Deku's like, oh, this motherfucker. That's what he's thinking. Like, this shit, this bullshit. Get put against a mind control as he's walking. He's like, so how the fuck do I do this? He's like, I'ma burn myself. That's what he thinks. I'ma burn myself. That'll work. So, he makes a flame in his hand, right? And Shinso's like, don't matter if you can use your quirk. Because if you say that Deku can't use his quirk while he's in the mind control, Deku did it. And if you say it was a past use of one for all, plot, alright? Take that. So basically, after that, Deku, he just burns his hand. He's trying to burn it more. So he gets the blue flames, and then now he's holding the blue flames. He's like, no, this ain't enough. So he heated it up way more. So now it's like a deeper shade of blue. And you know, his hands burning. So he's like, fuck, this burns. So he gets out of the mind control because pain will kick you out of it, apparently, according to Deku. So his hand's a bit burnt. He's like, he looks at Shinso. He's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And Shinso's like, what? How the hell did you do that? And Deku just runs at him. He don't even say a word. You know, he don't use flames, no nothing. He just punches Shinso. Like, he just gives Shinso that 1-2 work. Like, he don't use flames. He don't use quirk. He don't use nothing. He's like, if I'm gonna disrespect this man, I'm gonna disrespect him my way. You know. So he's just laying hands down on Shinso. Like, it ain't even fair. Like he's stepping on Shinso's shoes so that Shinso can't back up and keep punching him. Like, he tripping Shinso, he's stomping him out. Like, it's not good. Like, this is like one of them school fights where you like, oh my god, break this shit up. Like, you know, like, even when you enjoying the fight, you like, oh my god, break this shit up. Someone's gonna get like hospitalized. You know, basically Shinso knocked the fuck out. You know, Deku's like, bah, you know, he kicked him one last time. Like, that's what I fucking thought, you know. Walks off the ring because, you know, he a badass like that. If you like Shinso, I just imagine him calling Katsuki a bitch, alright? Like, I can see Shinso doing that. Especially that Shinso in specific. Yeah, I see Shinso being like, yeah, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know, I see him saying that. So now, we are going to... Whose fight is next? He's against Todoroki. Todoroki didn't really, like, overdo it with Zero because he's not fucking buck wild. Like, Endeavor did come up to him and stuff like that. And, Deku, you know, he's like, you know, Shoto, blah, 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 you know. And then, you know, now it's Deku versus Todoroki, you know. Deku walks into the ring, you know. Well, actually, before that, Deku gets stopped by Endeavor. And, you know, Deku's like, he's trying to talk to me. This is going to be about Todoroki. You know, it's going to be about Shoto. And, you know, basically, like, Endeavor's like, make Shoto use his fire side to Zuko. You know, Deku's like, oh my god. Can you just, like, leave me alone? Like, Deku, like, looks him dead in the eyes, like, can you just leave me alone? Because, like, I have no interest in you, alright? You have the same quirk as me. You know my abilities, but you've never helped me. You've never cared about me. You've never done shit. Now you ask me to do something for you? You know, he's like, what gave you the audacity to ask me this shit? Like, what gave you the audacity to ask me for anything? You could have asked me for a nickel. Like, and I still would have said this shit, alright? Because I don't give a fuck. Like, you've done nothing for me. You haven't taken care of me. You haven't trained me. You haven't told me anything about my quirk. You just ignored me, alright? So, first off, you leave me the fuck alone. This is my life now, alright? It doesn't have anything to do with me. You're not my dad. You're not, you know, what's his fucking name? I don't know. He's like, you're not my dad. You're just Endeavor. That's it. You're not a Todoroki to me. You just Endeavor. You're just a pro hero who lives in my house. You know, he walks off. You know, even though, like, it's low-key Endeavor's house, he don't give a fuck, alright? He's just like, I don't care. Like, he's like, I'm gonna get Todoroki to use his fire side because it's Todoroki's quirk. Like, that's how he minds it, right? So he walks in the ring, right? Todoroki knows that this battle isn't something that he's going to win due to the sheer fact that Deku has fire to his ice. Like, it's not a good matchup for Todoroki. So, you know, Todoroki's like, we all know how this match is going to go, you know, Izuku, so we should just end this now. And then Deku's like, no, you're gonna fight me, and I'm going to get you to use your flames. You know, Todoroki is a bit surprised because Deku's never really showed interest in Todoroki using his flames or not. You know, he's always been like, I mean, it's your choice. I hope that the recording didn't get cut off. But what he said is, I thought that you would grow out of it, but you haven't. You're still believing that, you know, it's all because of the quirk. It's not because of the quirk or anything like that. So, you know, Deku's like, we're gonna have this fight, and I'm gonna show you the error of your ways, and then you're gonna use your flames, and then you're gonna beat me. Todoroki's like, but you're stronger than me. He's like, I'm stronger than half of you, not all of you. And yes, I'm going to say that Todoroki is stronger when he uses both of his quirks, alright? But, you know, that won't be forever. Calm down, breathe in, breathe out, alright? Damn. Basically, Deku, he's like, alright, come on. You know, basically Todoroki's like, yeah, fine. You know, he shoots a huge ice glacier at Deku. Deku immediately just melts that shit because he doesn't have time for that. He's like, why do you refuse your flames, you know? He's like, I'm not using it. You know, he's like, why not? He's like, I'm not using our father's quirk. He's like, no. That's, you know, he's like, that's not our father's quirk. I have our father's quirk. I have hellflame, just like him. You're different. You know, they're still fighting. You know, Todoroki's like, how am I different? How can you use your flames? He's like, you use your flames because you don't have anything else to use. Deku's like, I could fight without my quirk. I don't care about my quirk. I just know that it's my quirk because I was born with it. I was raised with it. It might have the same name. It might do the same things, but it was mine. Alright? He didn't give this quirk to me. I was born with it. And he's like, just like you have half hot, half cold. You don't have hellflame. I have something close to him. I have hellflame, just like him. You don't have hellflame. You have half hot, half cold. Half hot, half cold. Not half hellflame, half cold. You're different. You're not the same as me. You're not the same as Endeavor. You are yourself. You have your own quirk. You have your own, you know, ideals that you can strive to do with that quirk. But the fact that you think that you can be a hero and protect people with only half power is disrespectful, and you're gonna get people killed. You're not gonna be any hero. So, you know, basically, this hits Todoroki hard. So he's like, what are you trying to say? And he's like, what I'm trying to say is, it's your quirk, not his. You know, Todoroki lights up with a flame of 1,000 suns. No, but you know, basically, Todoroki's like, fine, you know, he gets his like ultimate fucking heat wave blast, fucking lukewarm shit ready. And Deku gets his, you know, heat wave blast, ultimate, not lukewarm, pure hot ready. And they just blast at each other, right? But the thing is, y'all thought that I was gonna make Deku lose, right? But the thing is, Todoroki can only go up to orange flames, right? I said that if Todoroki used both, he's stronger than Deku. Well, when Deku isn't using blue flames. So basically, Deku goes blue flames, and, you know, he blasts, and I mean blasts at Todoroki. Todoroki, you know, since it's like half hot, half cold, it is definitely like adding to the reaction. But like Deku's is hotter and has like more focus to it. His quirk has more raw power, Todoroki's, but Deku's has more training behind it. Like, because Todoroki's never used his ice, or has never used his fire. So, you know, Deku blasts, and then Todoroki gets shot out of the ring. Deku gets sent back. He's almost out of the ring, but you know, he's still on there barely. And, you know, they're both pretty hurt. The walls did come up, but that didn't do shit. Deku melted through it. Todoroki blasted through it. And, you know, it's like, and then, you know, Izuku Todoroki wins the match. You know, everybody's like, oh my god, that shit was awesome. You know, everybody's going crazy, buck wild. What's the next fight? So Bakugo or Katsuki, she don't disrespect Uraraka in the same way. She still fight her hard, like, you know, pretty hard. But, you know, everybody's like, damn, you didn't need to go that hard. You know, Katsuki explains, like, it would have been disrespectful to her, the amount of training that she's done, to not go as hard as she did on Uraraka. So basically, you know, Uraraka's like, thank you for, you know, not holding back against me. I would have felt a bit disrespected, you know, but he didn't. And, and now it is the fight that you've been waiting for. The clash of titans. The clash of Boom Boom versus Hot. Alright, I don't know what the fuck to say. So basically, Deku, he walks onto the fucking ring. Katsuki's there too. And, Deku's like, may the best one win. Katsuki's like, yeah, may best me win, alright? Because she still got that cocky nature. But she's like, but actually though, like, let's have fun. So Deku's like, alright. So now, they are throwing hands, alright? So, they don't use their quirks. First, they just fight pure hand-to-hand combat. Which, Deku will say that... we'll say that Deku has a slight edge in hand-to-hand combat. Because, he just trains harder than her, right? So now, Deku, he's like, he's fighting hand-to-hand combat with her. She throws a punch, opens her palm, and Deku's like, well, here it comes. He gets hit with an explosion, dead in his face. He gets knocked back, but, he gets back up. He's like, alright, it's time for us to use our quirks. So, basically, Deku, now they're fighting with her quirks. Deku shooting blasts at her. She has to dodge them because, she sweats nitroglycerin. But at this point, she's like, alright, well, if those attacks hit me, I'm gonna blow up and I'm gonna lose. So now she's like, alright, full cowling. She goes about, we'll say, she's been training hard, so we'll say 8%. So she's pretty fucking fast. So she runs like at Deku. Deku's like, this is gonna be fun. He shoots a blast, she sidesteps it and then punches him. Deku gets sent back, but he uses like fire to catch himself and bring himself back to the ring. When she tries to go for a hit, Deku shoots a blast at her. It like grazes her arm, so her arm like blows up a bit. It doesn't burn her or hurt her really, but I mean it does like just send like it sends like the shockwave through her bones to where like it's gonna be harder for her to move. Plus it's a bigger heat than what she's used to, so it's definitely affecting her. And Deku's like, yeah, one touch can like blow you up, so give up. She's like, nah. So they keep fighting. It's a long, drawn-out fight. Like, it's going good. Like, for each punch, there's a punch. For each kick, there's a kick. They're both, like, practically, like, knocked the hell out. So, now Deku, like, they're both hella hurt. Like, what's it called? Like, Sasuke and Naruto in the Valley of the End. So they walk over to each other because they, like, hella hurt. Deku makes a fire fist. Katsuki, she gets her palm ready, and they both throw a punch, and Deku, his punch connects, Katsuki, her explosion connects, and they both, Katsuki's face like makes an explosion, and they both get knocked the hell out. So now they're both knocked out of the ring, so it's a tie! Yes, you thought that Deku was too OP? You thought that hellflame Deku would easily beat Katsuki? No, she has one for all, alright? She gotta have something, so it's a tie. And I can't let Deku lose, so it's still a tie. So it's a tie of knockout. Both of them got knocked out of the ring around the same time because they were both in the middle of the ring. They both get dragged to the nurse's office. Recovery girls, like, they stupid for fighting like that. Everybody's going crazy. Endeavor is kind of low-key pissed because his son tied. Even if, like, he's like intrigued that Deku beat Todoroki with his pure amount of flames, but it was basically because Deku had more training. Because even though it's half hot, half cold, the half hot is kind of like hellflame. I'm pretty sure, at least if Todoroki trained it, it would be more like hellflame. So, we'll time skip a little while. Deku, he wakes up. They both wake up. They're like, who won? Cover girl like, it was a tie. And, Deku's like, I'm okay with that. Katsuki, she's like acting pissed, but she's like, that's better than losing. Whatever. So, they head home. Deku's like, I had a lot of fun during our fight. Hopefully we can spar like that again. She's like, yeah, whatever. She, like, Deku's like, alright, well, this is where like, you know, our houses go separate ways. She's like, Izuku, you know, he looks over, she kisses him, and then just runs off. Deku, he's like, Windows XP just shut down. He don't know what the fuck just happened, but he walks home. You know, his mouth is like, he's just like, he has that like Todoroki confused face. You know, he walks in the house and Todoroki's like, what the fuck happened to you? Deku's like, I don't want to talk about it. You know, he walks off. He goes to his room. Deku's like, and, you know, Todoroki's like, oh shit, you know, like, he has that realization. But, you know, that's where I'm going to end this off. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try to record a few more, like, parts of other what ifs to try to just get some stuff out, like, a lot. But, you know, see you guys later. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Peace.